Are you missing a lot of returns? Remember that for us, there is no such a thing as a good serve. You cannot say that the opponents are serving well when the rule says that they have to serve below the waist. You just cannot call that a good serve. Instead, what you should take responsibility for is how shitty and how bad your return is if you are missing it. We don't always expect you to play an amazing return, but what you need to start convincing yourself of is make the players play. Sometimes your return will be higher, sometimes will be lower, sometimes will be weaker, sometimes will be faster, but I want them to be forced to touch the ball. Because how in the world are they going to make a mistake if they don't even have to touch the ball? So one of my favorite phrases when I compete is to tell my partner, make them play. Because, you know, if the ball is in play, maybe he hits with too much rebound and I'm able to continue the point, or maybe the guy doesn't touch the ball well even though the return was fairly easy. But, you know, the more they touch the ball, the most likely they will make mistakes. So this is why, in your mind, every time you return, at least make them play. Now, how can you improve? What are 3 things that you can improve to return more consistently and better? Well, one is, if you are one of those players that is so close to the line, I wouldn't recommend that because, remember, the serve is going to come fast. It's going to come with a slice, which means the ball bounces and pushes. So you know that the serve cannot bounce past the line because then it's fault, yes? So why not to give yourself more time, for example, yeah? Also, you are going to be able to use the glass a little bit better. You're going to be able to see, you know, where the ball is hitting, and it's just more time. Same when they serve to the tee, many times it's challenging to get there. Of course, if you are here, it's very challenging to get there. But if you are back, then you have a little bit extra time. The second thing is, and this you should feel yourself when you return, many times we think we are here when returning. But then, when I put a camera there for my students, they realize that they are here. So if you see the distance between the racket and the ball, it's like 2 meters. So of course you're going to be late, yeah? But if your racket is close to where the ball is bouncing, as in the height of the ball, then you're going to be able to always play a little bit low to high, which is a good thing, because you're going to clear the net, you're going to be more consistent with that return. And then the third thing is to give me steps. Probably this is the one thing I dislike the most and that I see a lot in players, which is when they are moved to the tee, which is one of the best serves the opponent can play, we do this. And then what happens when we take that big step? Well, our body is off balance to the point that I couldn't even stay there. Yeah, so if I do this, I cannot really stay there. So imagine that on top of that, I have to hit the ball and control it. No, not a very smart idea to take such a Pink Panther step. So instead, go, little steps, hit, then you worry about getting back and all those things. But first, what about we put the ball in play? Remember, why you want to put the ball in play? Because maybe the opponent will make a mistake. So force them to play the ball. Okay, yeah, so the more returns you put in, the better and the bigger chances you will have to break the opponent's serve. All right, my ready position, remember, because I'm returning, is going to be lower than normal, and I'm going to show the racket face to the ball and hit, yeah? I'm low, little steps, I move back, that was a deep serve, very nice. Go, here, and play, bam, yes? Then, for example, if it's forehand, it's the same thing, yeah? I want you to prepare lower because the ball is low, and with a slice, so prepare low, and hit. And then when I need to move, I want you to give me many steps. Yeah, we say, I don't want the Pink Panther steps. Instead, I want the diaper steps. Yeah, like if you have a diaper and you need to get to that ball. So let's see, here, diaper, bam, and then I go shuffle back. Bam. Remember, your return might be better, worse, but make them play. Number 2, as a bonus, where should you return most of the time? To the person serving. Why? Because the other person, the other player, is already at the net. And many times that player might take a step forward, even to get closer. So why you want to return to the person that is serving because that person is transitioning from defense or from the baseline to the net. That means that the player is on the move, is on the go. And just because of that simple reason, if your return is decent, that player will not hurt you that much as the player that is already standing there waiting for you to hit the return. So the return